Get ready for the CIAA Roundup.
Get ready.
Brought to you by HBCULive.
Right back in your ears.
The pulse of black college sports.
Hello everyone, here's your latest CIAA Hoops report. Let's begin with the men's player of the week. He is Fayetteville State's Joshua Dawson. Dawson lit up Livingstone for 23 points and followed it up with a 24-point performance against Winston-Salem State. Livingstone's Hakeem Jackson's the newcomer of the week. He went for 19 against Fayetteville State, then posted a double-double in the win over Johnson C. Smith, 27 points, 14 boards. Winston-Salem State's Terrell Leach is the rookie of the week. He nailed 7 3-pointers in the Rams win over Fayetteville State. Livingstone's James Stinson is the coach of the week. He led the Blue Bears to 2 hard-fought wins last week. On the ladies' side, Deshae Jones is the player of the week. She averaged over 25 points a game in Virginia State's 2 wins last week. Livingstone's Amber Curtis is the newcomer of the week. She had a pair of 23-point games for the Lady Blue Bears last week. And here is your coach of the week, Livingstone's Anita Howard. She led the nationally ranked Lady Blue Bears to wins over Johnson C. Smith and Fayetteville State. All right, we're kicking off our CIAA highlights with a heavyweight fight, lady style. Steve Joyner Jr. and his Johnson C. Smith Lady Golden Bulls taking on Livingstone. Precious Roberts comes up with a big basket in the second half, but JCSU came to play. Aisha Jordan to the hoop. Give her one and a foul. Later, Anika Jones, backdoor. Johnson C. Smith hanging close. This game, nail-biting style. All the way down to the end. Amber Curtis with a big hoop right there for Livingstone. Easily the toughest test this year for the Lady Blue Bears. Wendy Foster gets the kind role, so she's living right and you know it. Precious Roberts, 22 points. Big playmaker for Livingstone. But Johnson C. Smith didn't go away. This 3-pointer cut the deficit to 2. But they couldn't get over the hump, those Lady Golden Bulls, because Precious Roberts and company came up with the big plays late. LC survives, winning this game by a final score of 78-74. They're 18-0 on the year. Now for the men, well, not as much drama. Steele in the early going leads to a transition bucket for Jawan Cole. Then it's Hakeem Jackson who went nuts in this game. 27 and 14. Baseline jumper there. Livingstone scores the first 6 points in this game. Off the steal, Doris Johnson will finish the break with a layup. Now there were some Johnson C. Smith highlights. This was not a blowout, okay? Stedman Lemon drills home the 3-pointer there. Jackson too strong for Livingstone though. Here he is with the ball. He knows what to do with it. He puts it away with authority. Lemon had a nice game for Johnson C. Smith to finish a fast break here. 2 of his 26 points. Not nearly enough on this day. Livingstone had all the right moves, if you know what I mean. Bucket there for Eric Mayo. Livingstone wins this game in convincing fashion. Final score 93-81. Livingstone still tied for first in the CI South Division. It was a busy week for Livingstone at home. Earlier in the week, the Blue Bears hosted Fayetteville State. The Broncos hoping to steal a win at New Trent Gym. But early on, it's all Blue Bears. Livingstone in transition. Dwight Williams finishes with a jam above the rim with authority. Then it's Eric Dubose in transition. That's just amazing. What a move. This is Marquette Hill getting it done in the paint for Fayetteville State, staying with it and getting the bucket. Joshua Dawson, you know he can dish the rock, but he can score the rock too. Look at him post up and get the bucket there. But Eric Dubose and Livingstone handled things in the first half. That's a 3-pointer from Dubose. And then later Dubose with a jumper mid-range. He had 22 points on the game. Livingstone led 50-39 at the half, but that don't celebrate just yet because Joshua Dawson, look at that move, was just getting started in the game. He had a game-high 23 points. Hakeem Jackson keeping Livingstone in the lead. They led by as many as 18 in the second half, but Fayetteville State, out of nowhere, comes back. Devin Thompson with a putback. Ty Newman gets a steal here for Livingstone, and then he goes coast to coast with the steal and score. You think Livingstone's going to coast to the win, but Fayetteville State just would not quit. Torian Showers had a strong game for Fayetteville State. Before you know it, it's a three-point game with time running out. Joshua Dawson, give him deuce. 23 points. They have a chance to send this game into overtime late after Carl McCray nails the three ball here. Final seconds. Here's that shot that Fayetteville State needed to send it to overtime, and it doesn't go in. Livingstone survives with a three-point win. Ladies game, no such drama at all. This game was over before halftime. Amber Curtis nails the jumper. Don't relax, don't relax, don't relax, don't relax. It's a steal by LaBria Walker. Score for Livingstone, 39-14. Later, more Curtis from the corner. Give her three. It's ugly fast. Curtis with a game-high 23 points and one. 44-14 at this point. It's 49-26 at the break, and everybody's in cruise control for the Livingstone Lady Blue Bears. Deja Middleton, the star standout player for Fayetteville State, saddled with foul trouble all game long. She was held to only 9 points. I don't think it would have mattered this game because Livingstone was dialed in from the start. They cruised to the 92-47 win over Fayetteville State, 17-0 at this point for Livingstone. Now for a look at the CIAA scoring leaders. Raheem Jolliffe of St. Augustine's is leading the way, averaging more than 17 points a game. Next up, Bowie State's Cameron Knox, who's also averaging over 17 a game. Livingstone's Eric Dubose keeps filling up the stat sheet for the Blue Bears. Lamar Curse is a big reason why Virginia State is unbeaten in CI North Division play. And Michael Falcon of Elizabeth City State cracks the top 5. On the ladies' side, Shaw's Verdine Warner and Elizabeth City State's Jada Jeffries lead the way. Virginia Union's Ashley Freeman is averaging 19 points a game for the Lady Panthers, and Deshae Jones has been red hot for Virginia State. The usual suspects are atop the rebounders list, where Kevin Bazemore of Winston-Salem State still averages more than 10 rebounds a game. Karan Reed is stepping up his game for Shaw U. Eric Mayo has been a shining star for Livingstone. Tyrese Little is grabbing nearly 8 boards a game for Virginia State, and Marquette Hill cracks the top 5 this week. He's number 24 for Fayetteville State. Verdine Warner is the top ladies rebounder. She's followed by Deja Middleton of Fayetteville State. Virginia Union's Lady Walker is also among the top 5 after a string of strong games for the Lady Panthers. Let's head to Barco-Stevens Arena in Richmond. Our first look at the Lincoln Lions as they take on the Panthers of Virginia Union, and it's Colton Lewis with the mid-range jumper for the Panthers. VUU trying to get their first conference win on the year. Chaz Sharp saying, nah, not against us, buddy. And then it's Rasheem Dorn with a nice finish at the hoop. Lincoln hanging tough against the homestanding Panthers, but Ray Anderson went off from VUU, the hoop and the harm right there. Anderson with a game-high 22 points, finishing the break right there. And then Anderson knew he had a little help with his friend, so he sets up Avery Germanson with the alley-oop. The rah-rahs like it. We're going down to the final moments in this game. Jordan Watson with a 3-ball for Lincoln. This game goes into overtime. Sharp with a team-high 15 points for Lincoln University, but it wouldn't be enough. VUU comes up with the goods at Barco-Stevens, winning this game 75-73, their first win in CIAA play. The Lady Panthers trying to pull off the upset over Lincoln. If you haven't seen Lady Walker, you're missing a treat. This girl's pretty good. Nice bucket there for Virginia Union. Then it's Taylor White, who came off the bench strong for VUU. She gets the putback basket there. White on the baseline there for the jumper. VUU trying to pull off the upset over Lincoln. Lisa Saunders says enough of that. She hits a 3-ball right there for LU. Then on the break, it's Ashley Freeman with the breakaway, 2 of her 15 points for Virginia Union. Too much Lincoln on this game though. Tyra Pendleton, 7 of 8 from the field, 15 points. And then Zephyr Pam inside gets it done for Lincoln. LU survives the scare, escaping Barco Stevens with a 72-64 win over Virginia Union. Watch out for the Lady Lions. They're going to be a force in the CIAA tournament next month in Charlotte. All right, let's head south down I-85 to the land of the Virginia State Trojans. Trojans taking on Chowan in division play. That's Daquan Ellers with a bucket there. Kyrie Bethel trying to keep the Hawks in the game. He had a game-high 22 points. But Chowan was in a double-digit deficit for most of the game. Bethel with a nice drive on the baseline here. But 6 different VSU players scored at least 8 points for head coach Lonnie Blow. Xavier Parham, one of those 6 players, gets the steal here, takes it coast to coast for the score. Virginia State cruising to the 88-70 win over Chowan. The Trojans still unbeaten in CIAA North Division play. Now, the ladies' game figured to be more of a struggle. Both of these teams among the better teams in the CI. Deshae Jones dials it up from three-point land. Big week for Deshae. Now, Chowan already has a big road win over Johnson C. Smith, trying to get it done against Virginia State. Alicia Mobley just missed a double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds, hits a 3-ball right there to keep Chowan close. But VSU would keep him at arm's length in transition. That's Kana Marriott. Nice pull-up jumper there. Later, it's the Lady Hawks in transition. It's Rachel Gostomski gonna finish this one off. 2 of her team-high 13 points for Chowan. They would not get the road win in Petersburg on this day because Deshae Jones was strong. The hoop and the harm, 23 points for Jones on the day. And then later it's Winterra Pittman getting it done, mid-range style. Virginia State pulls away in the final moments to win this game by a final score of 71-56. Virginia State still among the leaders and the top teams in the CIAA among the women, thanks to efforts like that from Deshae Jones. Man, she's hot. Now we go to Winston-Salem State. Packed house in the CE Gaines Center, the building that Big House built. Winston-Salem State playing host to Shaw U. Here's the Rams in transition with Kevin Bazemore, the league's leading rebounder, getting it done. Then it's Karan Reed for Shaw. Reed getting it done in the paint. Strong game for Reed on the game. 16 points, 11 boards. Nice move there in transition, but Winston-Salem State has a number of different weapons that they can hurt you with. CJ Ford, nice baseline move there. Give him a deuce. Joe Reed coming up with a putback basket for Shaw. We're going back and forth, back and forth. Muhammad Tijani spots up, nails a 3-ball for Winston-Salem State. Karan Reed and Shaw U had the last laugh late in the first half. Shaw U leads 37-36 at the break. In the second half, Winston-Salem State takes it up a notch. That's Dante Harper, 2 of his 17 points. Larry Richardson had a game-high 18 for Shaw. Nice move in the left-hand finish there. But Winston-Salem State got the run that mattered. Ford for 3. And don't take my word for it. Then in transition, Marquez Jones, who had 13 points off the bench, jams it home. I don't know how to describe what you're about to see. I'm just going to let you see it. That's Javon Wells. I couldn't describe it, okay? Winston-Salem wins 74-69. Now the ladies' game, Jock Curtis, after a couple of uncharacteristic, decisive losses, kind of got things back in order for the Shaw Lady Bears. But Winston-Salem State fought hard in this game. Deanna Scott with the jumper there. Shaw coming up with all the big plays late. Misha Brooks, 2 of her 16 points for Shaw. Kashira McNeil had 16 points off the bench for Winston-Salem State. Wouldn't be enough, though, on this afternoon. Shaw U wins this game 84-76. Order is restored among the women in the CI. Taking a look at the assist leaders, Joshua Dawson of Fayetteville State still leads the way. He can dish and he can score. Johnson C. Smith's Robert Davis III averages nearly 5 dimes a game. Jamar Cooper of Shaw keeps his teammates happy. Fayetteville State's Jawan Addison nearly averages 4 assists a game. And Anthony Gaskins of St. Augustine's cracks the top 5. On the ladies' side, Virginia Union's Shahada Barrett leads the way for the ladies, averaging nearly 6 dimes a game. Deshae Jones, well, you see she can score. She can dish the rock too for VSU. Jessica Lyons also gets it done for the Lady Trojans. Looking at the standings, Virginia State and Bowie State are both unbeaten in division play in the North as of January 27th. That'll change on the 28th because the two teams go head-to-head in Bowie. The Trojans will also host Lincoln University on Saturday. In the South, Livingstone and Winston-Salem State are unbeaten in division play. And guess what? Those two teams are on a collision course. They'll go head-to-head on Saturday. Expect a packed house at the CE Games Center. On the ladies' side, Lincoln and Virginia State lead the way in the North, and you know what's going to happen. If I'm going to mention it, it probably means they're going head-to-head, and they will Saturday at Virginia State. In the South, it's Livingstone and everybody else. The Lady Blue Bears are nationally ranked, but face challenges from St. Augustine's and Winston-Salem State this week after holding off a strong effort from Johnson C. Smith last week. That'll do it for this edition. Join us again as we continue along the road to Charlotte.